Um, right. So, welcome everyone. This junction, I want to invite Victor to say a few words about himself, and also, like I said, he's also one of our mentors who has been very supportive of Like Minds. Yeah, Victor, say a few things about yourself, what you do, and then you go straight into your presentation.
All right, thank you very much. Can you hear me clearly? Good.
Yes.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for the opportunity. And I remain your loyal mentee still any day. So I'm Victor Adekunle by name. I'm a PhD in mathematics, focused on presently I'm in the industry as a data engineer. Though on the side, I still do research and I review papers, publications from different organizations. And I mentor professionals who crossing from whatever field they were before into the analytics field, majorly in the UK. And then I built two different platforms to support them on that. One of them is Vividex, focused on consulting for any organization interested in understanding how to utilize their data. Also on the side, I built London Center for Analytics, and the focus is training and mentorship. And why this stands out and it's different from every other platform that I've known is that we give interns and learners opportunity to peep into what we do for clients on the side. And currently leading also as the head of data science and AI with volunteering on a project like that, building an app for homeless support, homeless people. We Are Here is the name of the organization. It's just a new startup anyway. So but on full time, I work as a data engineer, and that's a little about me. Yeah, thank you very much for the opportunity to share this with us. And it's about something that I started doing, I think about 3 years ago. I'm just going to share my screen right now. I hope that this works. Let me see if it's presentation mode. Yeah. Okay, just probably just good. Yeah. Let me see. Confirm if you can see my screen. Good, good. Can you see my screen? Anybody see it now? Let's see. Good. So I just need feedback. So I need to be sure that I'm sharing the right screen. Good. So, let me try if it's in share mode. Good. So the topic says becoming a key person of influence, as you saw it in the flyer, and you wonder what the topic means at this crucial time. The reason why I named it that is because the whole idea is based on a book I read about 3 years ago, like I mentioned earlier. But the focus is around what we need to do or what we can do to fortify our career against, the changes that we're experiencing currently. It's been all over the place. Hey, hi is changing a lot of things. For so many of us, it's been helping us to make our jobs, our work better. My company, for one, actually went full AI last year. So we are AI first right now. So we've been encouraged to use AI to make our work better. For somebody like me, I was very, very reluctant, again, because of the security concerns around, the exposure and all. However, at work, I spoke with somebody who has been with the organization for more than 15 years, and it was like, you were employed to deliver value, not to learn coding or not to, get good technically. We don't care about how good you are technically. We care about the value you bring and the problems you solve. So if AI allows you to be able to solve the problem, and then you can have that time maybe at a faster speed, then you can have that time to do something else. So be it. And so I shifted my thinking. So why is this topic very crucial at this particular time? You know, AI is changing a lot of things. Is rapidly transforming different roles across different industries. And currently, I mean, you can see it in the market that there has been a lot of layoffs, okay? And it's coming. In fact, I won't say within my cycle, but people I know that have been laid off within last year and now, they can count, 5 people. And so they weren't necessarily performing badly at work, but because AI is making things easier for them, so they have to shrink the roles, and then people have been reaching out to me to say, is it a good time to learn data or something like that too, or is it a good time to go into a different profession right now, knowing that AI could take my job anytime soon. And so this is what prompted me to start to help them to think differently. And it's not even enough again to be technically sound. it's not a guarantee that you would really retain your job. And this doesn't only affect people on the in their early careers or middle level. Even leadership roles are being, um, changed just because of the introduction of AI. So for me, to give it context, the last World Economic Forum, even the previous one, which was 2025, has been talking about this. The topic that takes the stage every time is less AI and AI. And interestingly, even a lot of CEOs don't know what is going on right now. They are all guessing, and everything is about speculations. Because while you are still trying to breathe, started learning to use a particular AI tool that was just recently released, somebody else in another lab is already cooking something that you don't know. So they are all guessing. But anyway, based on general ideas and guesses, or let me say statistics and all, about 23 million jobs, would shift before 2027, meaning a lot of roles will go. Last year, I think we're saying 91 million jobs or jobs, and then 78 will be introduced, new ones based on the AI. And definitely, it means that the industry will be disrupted while new opportunities are being created. The career now belongs to the people that can adapt, which is the most important thing at this stage right now, is adaptability, being able to learn so fast or unlearn what you have learned before and begin to open your mind to new tools or new ways of doing things. Because it's not that AI will take the job, it's the people that knows how to use AI that will take the job of those who don't know how to use them. This again, like I said, the conversation is not about AI. Why that is one thing people suggest that you should start doing to introduce AI into what you do. I'm giving another perspective to how we should build against the downturn, and this would go or last you beyond this current shift that we're experiencing throughout your career. And so, what is that thing? Which is what I call the becoming a key person of influence. Just again to make it clear about the risk that some of us, we are exposed to currently. The biggest career risk right now is invisibility. Okay. If you might be an expert in whatever you are doing, you have the experience very deep. You've built a lot of things, but not so many people know about what you're doing. This is not only even outside, even at work. A lot of us are like that. We're just, where we came from, we are quiet, we don't want to make noise. You're not even known in your current organization as such, and it's dangerous. Okay. You're known even internally as well, just within your organization, but you're an expert with over 20 years of experience, and they don't know you beyond your current company or your industry. So your reputation stops within just your company walls. The next risk is those who, you have little leverage in terms of even the relationship you have built. When the disruption comes, who can you run to or connect with immediately? I used to tell people that if I ever have to leave my job today, I know a lot of people I can reach out to or recruiters waiting to say, are you ready now? Sometimes they come back 6 months or 1 year to say, how are you doing your new job? Are you looking for another opportunity? If you understand what I'm trying to say, and they are ready to pick you up. A lot of us have experienced that here. And that's because we are building our relationship, sorry, our visibility beyond just our current organization. And that's the whole idea. The question you should start asking yourself is if I leave tomorrow or if something happens tomorrow, will the opportunity follow you or you be the one chasing after the opportunity? And that takes me to the next slide. We should start to shift our focus from just being good employees, okay, to becoming a key person of influence. And I'll define it under 5 things, but I'll get there very soon. So the whole idea of becoming a key person of influence, again, like I said, is that the key person of influence belongs to the 10% of top people who are not only good at what they do, I mean, top category, who are not only good at what they do, they know their stuffs and they are the ones people go to when a new opportunities come. You don't even run after it. Okay. They get paid more than the rest 90%. And they get to know things that are happening. And when new opportunities come like AI and what is happening right now, they're the ones they pull into that. So you recognize, like I said, you're trusted beyond just what you do in your current organization. That is when they can search your name on Google. If you type maybe any name here, if you type John Amoti on Google right now, you will see it everywhere. It's not about being public. It's not about, bragging online. But I think in the age we are right now, being invisible is now more dangerous because you are in the social media age, just like we use LinkedIn and they say, can they search for you and find you there? That's how we breed credibility online. So you should start breathing that credibility. That's the whole idea. And when you sort after, somebody refers you and say, can you just, who is this person? Don't worry at all. Just check him out on Google. Check him on, this AI too. He will tell you everything about him. The lady was saying it on LinkedIn that she was invited for an event or to speak in the US, all the way from the UK. And the person who recommended her or who, told the panel about her said she didn't do anything and just say, check her name online. And that's all they did. She didn't have to do any extra thing to convince them. They were like, okay, no, she's the right one. The idea is not for you to be louder. It's not even about you becoming a senior in your organization. That doesn't stop whatever is going to happen. But it's about just building credibility and visibility. Now, so the five pillars, which everything is built on when it comes to becoming a key person of influence, is about the pitch, what you're publishing, how you articulate, your whole idea, who you are in a short sentence. When somebody meets you and say, can we know you or what do you do? How can you communicate impact within that few seconds that they know that this is somebody they want to keep in their cycle? Again, it can be within your industry. You can communicate impact quickly. Again, what are you sharing and talking about on the internet? And what do you carry? Even as we are brands, like we say, we are brands individually. And so what products, is attached to that your brand as a person? That is, what do you create? What do they know that you do that they can find with you when they are looking for value? The other thing is your profile. Again, I was saying that if can they search for you online or even within your organization, when they mention your name, does your CEO or anybody top people know you there? Then partnership here, which is very, very key. It's something that we run away from. It helps you and it compounds, the opportunity through the network and the connections that you have. So I'll just take it one after the other again because of time. And yeah, I have few maybe like 2 or 3 slides more, and I'll be done here. Am I rushing? But I believe that I don't need to say too much for the ideas to be communicated properly. So let's take it from the number one, the pitch. Like I mentioned earlier, it's about how you communicate or articulate your value quickly and easily. Let's stop hiding and stop, trying to be more, can I say modest in how we talk about ourselves. I think you need to start selling yourself more in whatever room you find yourself, in whatever conversation you find yourself. You need to be able to tell them easily and quick, like I said, articulate it properly that they know that, okay, I want to have this person in the room. You don't have to say too much. Talk about your contributions, what follows you when it comes to value, what changes when you are there in the room. Okay. Then what are you publishing? Do you share insights at work? It might be how you deliver. If you're a project manager, for example, do you have that thing you've written that explained how a project was actually carried out, showing your expertise and the knowledge you have and in depth? I'll give you an example. Currently on the media, it's been about AI, even the NHS. But I was reading a report recently that says only 0.8% of jobs are still really actually openings are available for those things. And somebody wrote who is within the NHS that they're just talking about AI. A lot of managers don't even know how to start at the moment. So perhaps if you are within one part of the trust and you've been able to deploy something around AI that has been useful, you writing about it, in a way that is seen beyond your immediate group or team might actually give you that visibility in a way that they can pull you into other projects and say, come and show us how you implemented this. Now think about this. They are downsizing even the NHS. Okay, right now. They've paused recruitment for some certain roles. I mean, based on the knowledge that I have now, would they downsize your role when you are the key person to that particular thing they want to do based on what you have written in the time past or recently on what you have done? So you're sharing your expertise as lessons or frameworks that demonstrate, how you have been able to implement that before in the time past. The next one is the product. Okay, the outcome, not just talking about your effort in that particular product and project that you joined. Like I said, you might be in any domain. What has been your impact and can you show it? Okay. The said framework, structured approach that shows, how you solve the recurring problem. Then can you give step-by-step guides that is attached to your name? Some of us publish on Notion, I mean, is it Notion, Motion, and all these other platforms. Many of us use LinkedIn as our own place to publish what we do. We share free resources, master classes. You do things like even within the organization. In my organization, currently, what we do something called town hall within the engineering team. And every two weeks, we come online to come and talk about what we've been building, especially with AI. And this again gives you that visibility because people come to you to say, how did you do it? We also do something like Innovation Day every year where we come with new products. And within that team, some of those innovations are being used and being built to become a company-wide, application or something that is being sold even to clients. Now think about that you've been able to partake in stuff like that. You're even a key person in that team who brought out the idea when it comes to opportunities coming and people being, let go, think about where you will be in that particular thing. So stop being quiet, start building things that could be traced to you and your name is attached. When you write documentations at work too, how many times do they see your name appear on the person who built that knowledge guide? You know, think about repeatable system, processes that scale beyond your personal effort. Like I said, things that you can start as solving your personal problem, or it's now going beyond. There's something that I just did recently. It's not really known yet, but I'm still thinking about it. I literally forget that I go to, I mean, when I go to work, and it's difficult for me to remember the days I went to work, and I'm meant to be on site 50% of the time. So the first is I'm trying to think of an idea that will help me to be able to just go on site without, and maybe a prompt, just a question or on my calendar, I will say, okay, I went on site today. I need to just record it and calculate how much I need to go, how much time do I have? I mean, I need to go on site before the end of the year. Okay, so that I won't go below the expectation, the expected, number of times I should go to work. That seems to be a simple problem. I'm saying an idea like that could be scaled. Oh, customers are struggling to do something, and you thought about adding Copilot to make it easier for them, and then products like that. I'm just thinking of so many things that you can build. Start to think about that, and then document it once you have been able to do that. Then the next one, before the last slide, is a profile and partnership. When we started, we talked about pitch, publish. Now, the next one, we talked about products. Now, the last two is actually about your profile and the partnership. And I've been repeating this. If they Google you, what can they say about you? What did they see online? Type your name there. Type Dr. Victor Adekunle there. Again, it's not about bragging, but it's about visibility. Then on LinkedIn, platform like that, it's a trusted platform. Places where blog posts or things like that in the news, just partake in conversations like this. Also, even on TV shows, programs, talk in church environments, so that when you stand and they say, yo, if they talk about AI, is this guy, if they talk about project management, is this person, you are the go-to person, you are the first person that comes to their mind, your profile. Then partnership. This is very, very important. Just this year, between last year and this year, I've been invited to partake in seven different projects. One person reached out to me that he wants us to write a book together. Another person said she's trying to build an app for health, something like that, health app for minorities. She's not a tech person, but she believed that I can help her to do it. Now I went ahead to help her test the idea. That's why I built something called your AI co-founder to be able to also test that idea beyond myself. Now, because a lot of people have been reaching out to say, I have an idea, I don't know how to, scale it. I don't know if it makes sense. Then I built stuff with just ChatGPT to help them to test the idea. So I use the same tool to help her test the idea. I gave her an approach on how it could be better. And then a few days ago, she reached out to me that she's trying to apply for funding for that project and she's adding my name as the whatever it is. And then she sent another opportunity to me around 255K just because she found my profile online. And that's what she said. She told me the first time that you came highly recommended. I said, by who? Then she later told me she actually saw my post on the group. Then she checked me on LinkedIn and then boom, she saw my profile there. I can list a lot. The head of data science, the one I said I'm currently leading right now, we are here. It's because somebody found me online as well. You get the point here. So the whole idea, I can start counting on researches, grants, and all over 3 million. UK is releasing funds for researches right now for global talents because they can verify your profile, okay? And because you're an expert. So this is not for people who don't know how to do it, but they can lie online. Because you're an expert. I believe the people in this room you have done that thing to bring your career to this point, I think this is the time you need to start fortifying your career against whatever is coming, meaning be visible and utilize this key framework. Then partner with other people. It will there are doors that partnership would open that you personally will not be able to open it. There are places you won't be able to get to. But by partnering with other people, even as businesses, all this idea works for you. There are things you will struggle to do. For example, my company is registered as profit making, it's not non-profit, okay? Why the other person is non-profit. I can't get grants from government that way if they are for non-profits, but she could, and then I'll just be facilitator in it. So that's where partnership can, help you. Whatever you are doing as a business person, you need to own something. So what's the whole idea? AI will keep evolving, okay? Technology will continue to disrupt and transform, not only now, even in 10 years' time. Okay. Roles will keep changing, job descriptions will shift, and the market will demand that you have new skills. How quickly can you catch up with all these changes? But there are certain people that the market might not be able to, will not be able to push away. And those are the people on the top. Usually, I talk about it as the people with the soft skills, the thinkers and the communicators, because they are usually at the top. The people at the bottom are the ones implementing. That's why a manager earns more than the people that build those stuff. When you move from implementing to managing, then you earn more. When you move from that level to communication, you become a consultant. Then when you move to the thinker level, like Elon Musk, is no longer the one building the things. So the whole idea is about building your soft skill, your visibility, and staying adaptive, okay? Being able to adapt. Let your influence travel beyond you. Build that relationship that would last beyond any technology shift. Your role can change, but let your reputation say that you are there and that you are visible and they can call on you anytime, any day. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Share any question? Yeah. Hi, John, are you there? I hope I was, because since I was speaking to myself alone, I,
You are
No,
fantastic, sir.
no, you're not indeed.
okay.
That was a very good presentation. Thank you for that. I was wondering if anyone had any questions you want to ask in terms of how build your global your visibility, how to be visible at work, and just to improve yourself, the way you conduct yourself at office, and just improve your branding as a whole. Does anyone have any question you want to ask?
Yes, I please I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah, and Victor, thanks for the lecture. I just want to ask, you mentioned something that you use ChatGPT to assist someone in one write-up that you did for the person. I've been in situations where I try to use ChatGPT, but people people downplay using AI because they feel as if you are not using your brain. But I think you are the one that asks the AI something. So you put the metrics well, and the AI is responding with what you are putting into it. So I want to know, is it actually right to give a prompt to the AI and it will give you something back? And how do you see it? Like, is it that you are not using your own brain or something like that? Do you understand my question?
Yeah, yeah, it's perfect. I was also like that, to be honest. I told you my experience. My company went AI main, first, and then myself within that same organization, I was reluctant in adopting it or using it for my work. I had that feeling too that am I not going bad in my skills? Will I not become redundant soon? And just like Google, okay, just like calculators, there was a time that I even saw that in the news. Wasn't born then, or maybe where they had even teachers had to use placards to fight against the use of calculators, and they don't want it. Eventually became a major thing. Who cares about calculators again? Now we have moved to computers. Okay. The point is still at the stage where people will continue to fight it. It will get to a level where we just see it as another Google. AI is actually Google, just in a more structured way. It's just pulling information from everywhere. So the whole idea for me, I use AI to do my work in so many ways, and it makes it faster because either you like it or not, the people using it who knows how to use it better without, leaving that traces, if your organization doesn't support it or wherever your community, they will eventually outshine those who can't. Okay. So don't allow that debar you or stop you from using it. Yes, like you said, you are asked the question, you built the idea. For me, I use it for making posts. I usually type the ideas raw in my head and I just say, retain my tone. Okay, like all this actually was built by Gamma and AI. Gamma and AI, I didn't have to use my hand to build the slide, but the whole thing was from a Word document I supplied. The whole idea from a book I read connected it to what is going on. So let's say 60% of everything or 80% is from me. And that's good. Just the same way you go to Google to get information. You get my point here. But understand where you are currently in terms of the organization or where you find yourself. If they are still very reluctant, it's just a matter of time. They will get there. Study them, know how much you can let them know about what you're doing. But like I said, my organization, by all means, use it. And that's why we are free to. But we just need to put guardrails to in terms of the amount of information we share so that we are not overexposing ourselves. Thank you very much. One hand is
Thank
up.
you.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah, just one more question. I think that was is that Soj? Yeah, Soj. Soj, yeah, go ahead, please.
Good evening, sir. Thank you very much, Victor. Just like Victor said, I make use of Copilot at work, but most of the time it's just like I already have what I'm doing. I just need to spot the error in one particular line, or maybe I'm trying to send a mail to somebody and feel like, oh, this is not too official. Can you please rephrase it? But one problem I have is privacy. I did something early last week where I had a chat with the Copilot agents that I was using. I just asked it like, can you do like a rough summary of the discussion I've had with, let's say, Victor for the last 1 week? And along the line, I discovered like it was picking even the discussions we had about Microsoft Teams. So my problem is just around the privacy. Will data not be leaking? That's my view.
To be honest, even on WhatsApp where they say it's encrypted, do you know that the government, if they want access, they can actually ask for it? So if we be honest with ourselves, if we be honest with ourselves, I'm telling you this now, I'm not going to miss word. There is privacy. They say you can limit the use of those things or, unplug some things and it will not leak your data. But the truth is, if they want to access, they can. It's just the direction people we are moving into. There's something that was introduced into our devices recently, Google, and it's about the UK government or whatever. And it seems that it makes your work easier. But the truth is, if they want to really go beyond what they said they keep or what they know about you, they can get them. Okay. It is you that will know how to manage the amount of information you can give, to be honest. It's gonna be our responsibility because people building don't are not stopping. They are ready to continue to build. It lies on me, on you to know that okay, this is what I'm comfortable to share. You get my point here. But to say we won't use it, maybe not. You understand my point here? We just have to know how far we can go with it to the level of your trust and
Okay.
readiness to be exposed. Yeah, that's it.
Mm.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's take the last question from Kazim, just the very last one. Go ahead, Kazim.
Okay, thank you. So I'm just going to quickly just touch on what Victor spoke about. Thank you for your presentation. So regarding AI, because in my office too, in fact, we've been encouraged to use AI, and we're even being assessed and encouraged to see how we use it to do our daily task. Because at the end of the day, the organization has invested so much on making it available, and they want to see that it improves your productivity. Right. So in everything we're doing now, we're actually being encouraged to use it. But however, what I just wanted to say is that, to address that point of, mental laziness that some people would feel. Like, for example, if I want to use it, what I would do is to first start with my own initial draft, more or less tasking myself to see how I would attempt it and put that into the AI and now see the final results and take my time to go through the content to read, to embed it so that if I'm thinking about it, I could also produce something close to it or something that even without AI, I'll be able to produce something that will be meaningful. So it's a deliberate effort because also AI hallucinates. So you can't just take whatever it gives you, hook, line, and sinker, and adopt it. So you need to carefully have that knowledge, the fundamental, and be able to now go through the output, refine it in line with what is required before you put it through. So at the end of the day, that should also help you and develop your own output because you're seeing better, refined versions of work that you're seeing every day, and eventually that should help you. So it's a deliberate effort. And
Okay.
lastly, in terms of the privacy, someone spoke about Teams. Teams are official communication channels. So if the enterprise uses Teams, Outlook, and all that, AI will access those things. But if you have a personal drive in your laptop that you store personal items, because I've asked that question as well as at work, it won't be able to have access to those. But if there's a requirement either by compliance or legally to access it, then access will be granted. So that's just what to put light on those areas. Thanks.
All right. Thank you, Kazim. And once again, thank you, Dr. Victor, for that expose and that talk on becoming a key person of influence 2026.
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to put a stop.